Hey, Dad. Hey, how are you, mate?
Good, what's happening?
Not much, mate. No, nothing. How's things with you?
Yeah, good. Guess what?
What?
It's raining on the Gold Coast.
Stop it.
I've had a gut feel. I'm coming back to Sydney.
Is it raining heavy or?
Oh, it's just windy and coldish.
Oh, coldish. Okay.
Wet.
Welcome to Sydney weather.
Yeah, cold, I would say. But I woke up and all my clothes were just all over the balcony just because I'd hung them out to dry last night. And they were everywhere.
You didn't see it coming.
I lost a pair of undies, I think, over the... someone on the freeways copped them right in the windshield as I had
What if they were walking or bicycling? They would have copped it around the head. That would have been
bicycling. It's a nice way to wake up, isn't it?
Nice surprise.
What's going on?
Not much, mate. Footy finals are here. The final 8.
Yeah, bloody hell. That all happens very quickly when you're not paying attention to life.
It does a bit there. It does. But anyway, it's
a para in it.
Oh yeah.
Won't be long. A couple of years. Give us 10 years and we'll be there.
Yeah, they're in the reforming stage. They'll be right. They'll be right. In a couple of years, they'll be knocking on the door. They were knocking on the door. Well, they did knock on the door last year, didn't they?
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a positive future, didn't it? Isn't it funny how just 1 year, one pre-season in between and...
They missed semi.
Oh, yeah. I'm always going on about the first 3 plays all the time, but when I watched them the other night, how the hell could they possibly do any good when their first 3 plays are getting put on their back and they slow play the ball and they kind of like chuck it to Jared Hayne? It's like, do something.
Yeah.
How can he possibly?
Well, none of the team of the halves and stuff can work off the back of if they're not getting on the front foot. Which I'd like to work out a percentage of what Melbourne, how many times a Melbourne player gets put on his back. I hardly ever see them get put on their back. They're power players in the ruck.
There was a couple of sets there where Para had a bit of momentum the other night in their last game and yeah, they got their first 2 or 3 runs right, and then the back end of the set was great. Like they put the ball right down there, and the other team started their set right in their own end. It was a solid set, and it led to a couple of mistakes, and I think led to Para scoring. But yeah, just obviously not enough of it. But we're all experts from our own shoes, aren't we?
So who do you like in regards to this week? It's a great weekend. We've got Friday night. We've got Melbourne Storm taking on the Rabbitohs down at Amy Park.
Yeah, that'll be a cracker. I like Sharks. I like Sharks again.
Yeah, so do I. Someone asked me the other day about who do you reckon will win it, and yeah, I thought Sharks pretty much straight away because it's that open. Any one of these 8 teams can do it on their day.
Yeah, they seem to have some of the big teams' measures, don't they? They often find a way to win, even if it's grimy and dirty. They stick in the arm wrestle right to the end and then have a little surge of energy towards the end and blow teams away in the back, 15 minutes.
They're the best arm wrestlers out of all the teams. So you're right. They can. Them and Melbourne Storm, if they're in an arm wrestle, Melbourne Storm, they beat them as well.
Obviously the team that you probably weren't expecting to get in, Warriors maybe.
Yeah.
Out of everyone, and Dragons were lucky to hang on.
Yeah, the Warriors they've been good the last 3 or 4 weeks, so they've taken some form.
And what's scary about them? They decide to, or all the stars aligned. They can be unstoppable.
Yes, they can be.
They start playing that touch footy style of football, and with the size and strength that they have, it's a hard momentum. It's a bit of a juggernaut to stop.
It is. So, what brings up the question for me in this final 8 thing is the Brisbane came 6th, St George came 7th, right? Stay with me. Brisbane 6, St George 7, Penrith 5, Warriors 8. Brisbane play at Suncorp Stadium, their home ground, it's a definite advantage. Penrith play at ANZ Stadium. What's happening there?
It's TV.
No, I'm not accepting that anymore. That is a definite advantage.
Well, they're going to fill the stadium.
So what?
It's going to fill up here, and it's easy access for the. Yeah, there's reasons. They don't just do it for no reason, Dad. They don't just wake up and go, you know what? Let's give Brisbane a home semi when they don't deserve it.
It gives them a definite advantage.
It does, 100%. It does.
For that alone, they should change the thinking of all that.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem fair.
They came
but,
sixth, so they should be relegated to play at the ANZ Stadium.
I agree.
That doesn't seem good either, does it?
I don't know if it means anything, but that's the way the bloody world is, isn't it?
Penrith come fifth. Yeah. They finished better than the Broncos for points for and against, and they play ANZ. They don't play. Why don't they play at the Penrith Stadium, Panther Stadium?
Yeah, money. It would be money. I'm tipping all answers lead to money.
Of course.
And doesn't money just ruin everything? I said something on Twitter the other day because I was watching the footy, and honest to God, in the background, I'm not being negative. It's just true. Like I look in the background, looks like there's 20 people scattered in the stadium.
It looks terrible.
And I'm like, how do they fix that? They got to fix that because the brand on TV looks weak now. Looks like it's a warm up game for reserve grade even.
It does, yeah.
And there's people just trickling, in, walk, and you can just see all this space. And then I'm like, how do they fix it? So I said something like, take them back to the local grounds. Mm-hmm. Forget money for a while, re-strengthen the brand.
Yep.
Obviously, it's not going to happen because it's a big business and there's a lot of money involved and a lot of people will miss out on a lot of money. So I wasn't saying as in definitely 100% that's the way to go forward. But my point was...
You sound like you're backpedaling. What are you doing?
What I'm saying is my point was how much better was the NRL brand when we were growing up and the crowds were jam-packed every week at the smaller venues. And anyway, it was probably not a well-thought-out tweet. And I got a lot of people who liked what I said, and then a lot of people hated it and started saying, "Stupid! No wonder you're a dumb ex-footballer." And I'm like, "Well, what would you do? Like, how do you fix the crowds in?" And they start offering all their ideas, and it's just like it's got to. I don't know. It's got to change. The game eventually just kind of fizzles out, doesn't it?
Did someone actually say that you're an ex-footballer, dumb footballer?
Oh, for everyone.
Really?
Yeah. I guess it really wasn't really a well thought out business plan. I just
makes sense.
My point was, how good was it to see? Well, obviously the money gets taken away when you start going back to the old school. There's less money because they don't get the money to go to the corporate grounds. Well, I'm aware of all that, but my point was, in a fairy tale world, what made rugby league great was jam-packed crowds at the smaller, less corporate grounds. So that was my point. But everyone, a lot of
social media
people get upset, don't they? And then sometimes if I'm sitting at home bored and someone's writing stuff to me, I'll start teasing them back, start a little fight here and there. And then I realise, shit, it's been 3 hours. It's time to, go to bed. Yeah. It's 4 a.m. I just was like, forget the money. Like, the game was great, and now it's lacking in an area that made the game great, which was big, jam-packed crowds, fun, like carnival-like atmosphere of the game, yelling, screaming fans.
Yep. Well, they still have that, but it just doesn't look like much, as you said. The backdrop is
the backdrop looks weaker for the brand, and I don't know. What do you do? How do you fix it? How do you honestly fix it?
Well, I simply say bring it back to the suburban grounds, but you're going to lose money. The money's going to be lost.
Well, that's what it leads to all the time. It's like a downsizing, like a downscale.
It is.
A lot of people would lose jobs, and they'd have to go back to, which they're never going to fucking do. But just in a fairy tale land, wouldn't you love to see footy the way it once was in regards to full stadiums?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the picture we all want. It's the picture they want. But
so the point is, then the more money the game makes, the less strong the brand becomes, because
pretty much.
How do they
can't
fix
have your
it?
cake?
And then people say, "Oh, fans are lazy." Fans are lazy, and a lot of them are. It's very expensive to go to a game. You can just watch it.
You can't have your cake and eat it.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's
you come up with that shit. What's it? You can't have your cake and eat it. What do you have a cake for anyway?
I know, that's what I used to think. Can't have your cake and eat it too. What the fucking making cakes for then?
Just look good.
Yeah, I do understand that saying. When I break it down, it takes me a few goes to really think it out. But I don't know. How do you?
Well, it's going to be a little bit better from this week on. There's going to be more crowds. There's going to be more people there, more excitement, because it's the final 8.
Yeah, hopefully. So who do the Warriors play?
The Warriors have got Penrith Panthers at ANZ Stadium.
At ANZ
Stadium.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that'll be
let's just go
crowd.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that'll be a pretty good crowd. But you would have thought they would have filled Penrith Stadium with that too. Panther Stadium. They finished 4th.
Yeah,
5th. Sorry, they finished 5th.
So how much? How much does it? It's like I think a club gets how much to take their game to corporate field?
It was 125 when I was on the board of directors there at Parramatta, and that's a number of years back. So it'd be more now.
Yeah, right. I remember when it was 80, so I've gone up to 120, and then now it's whatever it is. But anyway, well, at least the footy's going to be entertaining. I love this kind of sudden death style of footy.
Okay, let's make some predictions here. We've got Melbourne taking on South Sydney. Who do you think will win that down at Amy Park on Friday night? Their halfback is not all that experienced.
Yeah, I'll say Melbourne down there.
Yeah, I'm thinking Melbourne too, but I just hope that the Rabbitohs get them.
I'm sick of seeing that purple jersey everywhere. Crying out loud. Go away, stop being so freaking good.
On Saturday, we got the Panthers taking on the Warriors at ANZ Stadium. I think the Panthers will win that. Warriors will shit themselves.
I'll go for an upset here and say that the Warriors are going to blow them off the park. Okay,
we'll see what happens there.
I'm tipping a big Warriors surge for the finals.
And probably the match of the weekend for me, the Roosters taking on the Sharks at Allianz Stadium on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's going to be a monster. Yeah, I'll say the Sharks.
Yeah, okay. Your heart's talking there. Yeah, look, that's anyone's game. As we spoke about, the Sharks getting into a wrestle. They love those wrestles. So for me, the Roosters might have a little bit too much flair for them, in the forwards especially.
Yeah, well, they're still missing Napa, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll miss his defence, obviously. And on Sunday, the Broncos, the only good plus there for me is the Broncos aren't playing on a Friday night. They're playing on a Sunday afternoon, but they're playing at their home. They're finished 6th, and they play a home game. So anyway, tell me how that works. Taking on the Dragons.
I'll say I'm going for upsets. I'm going to run with the Dragons.
Can't see them winning. Their form coming into this has been pretty ordinary. They've lost a couple of matches fairly big.
It's a different comp now. True. Now the grand final started. It's a different comp. I was having this conversation with a mate the other night. Do you think that the minor premiers should be the champions, like in the soccer?
So whoever finishes first to the post.
Whoever is consistent most of the year is the best team, really, isn't it?
Well, true.
Even because you could play like Parramatta in 2001. Statistically, were the best team all year, get to the grand final, get blown away by a Newcastle team on fire. Yeah. But that's another thing that makes rugby league great is the grand final day. So I'm not saying don't have a grand final, but yeah, do you reckon, what do you think? My mate was like, well, if you're the best, you're the best.
It makes sense, but it takes away the excitement of doing it this way too. But do you know that one win is the only thing that separates the top 8?
Yeah, wow.
So the Warriors are on 32. And the Sydney Roosters, who won the minor premiership, on 34.
Yeah, wow.
So everything else in between is just one win away.
Good research for the undergrowth. Parsnip. How was Father's Day? What did you do? I forgot.
Good, thanks.
Sorry about that. Happy Father's Day. No.
Thanks a lot. No, good. Yeah, I had a bit of a relaxing day, mate. So I didn't do much at all. Just watched the footy and I just took it really easy, like fathers should have done on that day.
How good is just doing nothing on some days where you just don't have schedule, you don't have to catch up with anyone, you've got no meetings, there's no phone calls to make. It's just lounge, TV, a little bit of maybe Uber Eats for a cheap meal.
Yep.
Oh, it's just heaven, isn't it?
It is.
I'll tell you what a good cheap meal is. I've been having probably once a fortnight I jam one of these down the Gregory Peck, and that'd be the cheesy crust barbecue meat lovers from Domino's.
You love it's just a plain cheese.
No.
Meat lovers. Crust. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Meat lovers.
So cheesy crust, yeah.
So the plain cheese pizza can only be done by a special few. I've tried a cheesy pizza from many an outlet, and a lot of them miss the mark. But you get the right one. Usually it's the smaller, the cheaper, kind of home-made-ish type ones that are the
for the
best.
Cheese only. Okay.
Yeah, and they're hard to find. Those people, and I haven't found one up here. I haven't really hunted them down properly, but yeah, I'm yet to find the perfect cheese pizza. But anyway, barbecue meat lovers from Domino's, the bloody cheesy crust. Oh, it's just this hot, soft bread with this meaty barbecue. And the cheese in the crust is so soft and gooey, and the bread around it's soft and fluffy, and it's just they've nailed it. Because I used to hate Domino's until they brought out this new sloppy kind of foldy style pizza.
So are you a standard pick up the triangle in one hand and just eating it from the tip, or do you fold it
now? I'm starting to fold because it's too sloppy. You can't hold it just as a normal pizza. True. Pizza that a normal pizza.
So you don't put it on a plate and then cut it with a knife and fork. You don't.
No, I just from the box. I've got like a seat thing, like a little stool thing. You know, you kick your feet up on when you're on the lounge. I just sit up on the edge of the lounge and put the box out on that, and then the garlic bread I usually get with it, and Pepsi Max for the burp juice to be able to create more room to stuff more in. And I'll get through one for a cheap meal. I'll get through that, a pizza, garlic bread, and
I can imagine you feeding your face there by yourself there, just hoeing it in.
Yeah, just turn to a proper pig just for
in your
it only takes me 10 minutes.
Your undies, yeah.
Oh, there's no undies. I need all the freedom I can get. Got to close the curtains because I live high and I'm adjacent to a couple other buildings. I want people to be able to hold their food down.
That's right.
That's a fair cheat meal I've been into lately. But mate, I eat good, mate. Like 90% of my week is good food, and it makes a difference. When your lifestyle's like that, it makes such a difference to how you feel generally.
I get very loose on the weekends. Through the week, that's my best work with food and stuff. But I did have a pizza on Sunday night. Actually, it was a beauty from just locally here, and ripped into it.
Surprise!
Mm-hmm. I had a chili prawn one, and
wow, stepping out there a little bit, getting a little bit fancy.
Meat lovers one as well.
Yeah, good old stock standard. You've got to keep it real because you can't go too exotic and then not have backup if you don't like the exotic.
No, that's right. Talking about drawing the curtains, why didn't anyone draw the curtains at that pub where the Bulldogs went to on yesterday at Mad Monday?
Yeah, what's that? They're in shit because what happened? They've got nude.
Well, there was a couple of players that took their clothes off and got up on the table and started parading and. Just your normal day on the beer. And
they're in trouble just for being nude? Like, was it obviously the whole public could probably see?
Well, yeah. I mean, amongst other things, they brawling, but just your standard sort of muck around friendly brawling. There was cordoned off. They were cordoned off, apparently full view of the public. Anyone that walked past could see, look through the window and see.
Yeah, it's a bit dumb, but does it deserve all this? The front
page. For me, the Bulldogs should have known better considering they had officials there as well as the players. I mean, they had officials there. Why didn't they look at stopping things if they saw things were getting out of hand? They should have said something.
First thing I'm doing if I'm in charge of a football team and they're on the piss, is go and look at all the possible angles that any human being could
especially these days.
Not just a footy team, not like they're closing the doors and they're getting all weird and having orgies and that, but it's just. It's just you don't want there to be a possibility that someone could see someone doing something that's not regular, everyday behaviour and make a story.
Under the current climate, don't you think all those sort of things, especially the Bulldogs, they've had some unsavoury situations over the years too, and they.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's just in a public place, even to the point for me to think that the publicans should have had them in a place out of view.
Yeah, it's careless, but honestly. Who gives a fuck if someone's nude? It's a group of blokes on the piss. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, I agree.
Someone's going to be nude doing something stupid, whether you're a plumber or a footballer, and you're with your mates. So they get away with these breaking stories as their headlines and as their front pages because everyone wants to read about it, even if you think that who cares? You still want to know about it because it's interesting, because it's gossip. But I can't stand when they start going on about role models, because this bloke's standing across the road somewhere with a friggin' high zoom camera on, peering into,
into someone else's business,
taking photos and then blowing it up, zooming in and blowing it up to be like they're doing it on a main street. Now, I don't know how public the place was, but for me, they've just amplified it.
Oh, absolutely.
And they say bad influence. Little Johnny, who's a footy fan, isn't standing on the edge of a street in the middle of the city, looking up, waiting for his heroes to get nude.
Well, that's right.
He sees them after a footy game and they're coming out of the sheds and they're all friends. So they're kind of, the media are the pigs for bringing that look of the game to the little boys' eyes.
Whoever was viewing it live there, whoever was seeing it, there would have been some tweets or whatever. So it would have come out that way naturally in social media anyway. But then the big media takes over, and they they're prying eyes over what the Bulldogs are doing and making it public knowledge in the way of front page news and the 4th and 5th page spread in the Telegraph this morning. It's just
this is what people want to read.
Exactly what you're saying is there. Why amplify it more than what it could have been as well?
It's like, oh, this is disgusting behaviour and such a bad influence. You're the one bringing that. You're bringing that story to the child. The child's not there watching it, So everyone wants to read gossip, and there's plenty of gossip when a footy team's drinking. So that's what's going to happen. So yeah, it's dumb on the Bulldogs' part for not sussing out all angles, and making sure that they're secluded, and that if they're going to get nude and be silly, it's all done safely and away from
the nude thing. I think just comes at a time when the alcohol reaches a point, and then the nudity comes. But the officials, if they had any idea, would have been viewing or known something might have sort of been brewing, or to stop it or to run over and say, no, come on, stop. Or the publican throwing some curtains over the windows, knowing that they're there in view. Like stupid things all around. But anyway,
yeah, it's like if it was the first time, this had happened, we'd be like, oh, those bloody idiots. But it's just they're footy players drinking piss.
Yeah.
Fuck, what do you expect? Then you're going to keep a camera on them. You're going to see something that's not going to go down well publicly.
Of course. That's right.
So they make it public, but then they wouldn't sell as many papers. So yeah, everything's money, isn't it? Money ruins everything, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
If you get the best story, which is not even a story, which is just footy players being dickheads, you're going to get a pat on the back from your superiors, and you're going to get a job, probably a raise because or a promotion because you're getting the best juicy stories.
Two different ends of the spectrum, isn't it?
It's just always money, rugby league, shit crowds, more money to go to the corporate grounds. Everything's frigging money. Money's ruining everything. Let's piss money off.
Mate, you're going to get some tweets today.
Well, mate, money should stop right now.
People are going to be ripping into you.
No such thing as money right now. Everything should work for free.
Oh, okay. Hey,
I should get everything for free.
Imagine this is one of the tweets. How you propose to do that, Growth, you ordinary footballer?
You that'd be a nice one. I'd say thanks for the compliment, mate. First of all, and then about 3 hours later, we'd end the conversation. Always have to have the last say too.
Yeah, I know.
Even if it's just like if they say something really smart and it's too smart for me, I'll just write back, "Bull" or "You are."
Stop. Yeah, that's what you're like. That's what you're like growing up.
Yeah,
you always had the last say.
Got to have the last say. The ego won't allow otherwise.
After I slapped you.
Yeah. You were pretty good. You didn't slap us that often. Well, thanks for that. There was a couple of times where it was like, okay, look, he does slap Bulls. So we're going to have to change our game plan a little bit because he does have a limit.
Yeah,
old man.
God.
Yeah. One day you really shook me up. I didn't know what was going on there. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. But
something else happening in your life, Dad? You want to talk?
I wasn't proud of that particular moment, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget the bruises. The bruises that haven't left us, and the ones that did leave, the scars are still on the inside. So I've had counselling ever since. So.
Okay.
No,
all right.
Yeah,
well,
but
that's pretty much it. A nice, short and sharp one for the finals, and we'll be back next week. What happened to the? You mentioned last week that we might be talking to someone this week. Is that going to happen next week?
No, yeah, he's actually away and he's getting treatment.
Okay.
So when he gets back, we'll have a chat to him, which will be good because we can chat about his treatment too.
Yeah, absolutely. Look forward to that.
He's getting stem cell treatment, on his cancer cells. Okay. So we'll have a good chat to him and find out where he's at.
All right, well, God bless him. Okay, no worries, mate. What's happening today?
No, I've got to build these funnels. Funnels are being. Yeah, how do you explain funnels? They're just. Oh, don't worry about it. I just got to build funnels, all right? Not physically, not physical funnels. They're online.
Oh, those type of funnels.
Capture email addresses of people who are interested in whatever it is I'm, doing.
Okay.
Which in this case is health and fat loss.
Right. Okay.
Who would have thought? It's the more targeted email addresses you have, the more money you make. It's as simple as that.
Targeted email addresses.
So email addresses of people who are interested in whatever it is you do, or sell. For me being fat loss, health and fat loss, the more emails I have, of people who are interested, who've willingly given over their email address in order to gain some information about health or fat loss. That many, the more I get of them, the better, and the more money you make. It's just goes down to that. It's a numbers game.
Right.
Never thought of business like that until I got older and started realising that's
the
how it works.
The strength of emails.
Yeah, email marketing is still the number one way to sell stuff.
Yep.
You think like, oh shit, you get all that spam, but if someone gives you their email address over, that means that they're willing to get some sort of information and they understand that it's possibly going to be a sale involved at some stage for giving that over.
Yep.
Or at least a pitch, you know. So
thank God.
It's crazy.
Thank God you've got my email.
Yeah, I'll have to get that and start hammering you, spamming you.
All right, mate. Have a good day.
Have a good one. I'll
See you,
speak to
mate.
you soon.
Bye.
Good luck.